mean? Do you guys date multiple people? And like, are you guys multiple daters? You know,
if you're a man, do you like women who date multiple women?
Yeah, are you weird with that?
Women. If you're a man, do you like it? Are you okay with women dating more than you?
Yeah, is that weird to you?
I mean, if you guys haven't had the conversation,
yeah,
but you went on a date with a woman and then she went out with other men, is that okay?
And they fully disclosed it.
And but you haven't said you're going to be her boyfriend. You just went out on a date with her.
Right.
That should be okay, right?
You're good. Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. So we had a few, I would say like 3 of our subscribers were talking about Lori Harvey. Now, once again, Kara and I are not really big on the celebrity stuff, so we don't know a lot of what's going on until you guys tell us about it. So we're grateful for that, because apparently she's a hot topic right now. I was watching this YouTuber, her name is So Ayana. She was talking about it, and I was told, I was like, well, I didn't even know this was a big deal. So apparently, Lori Harvey, if you don't know who she is, did you know who she, you knew who she was?
I mean, Harvey.
Harvey so kind of knows him, Steve. Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey's daughter. And people are like up in arms. When I say people, I mean mostly men, are not happy with her dating habits, or they're coming down hard on her with it. And I remember asking one of the subscribers, I was like, well, what is the problem? Because honestly, I was not well versed in all of this, but they're like bad mouthing her because she's dating a lot of people at once. So, or you know, she was. I think now she's with Mike, as an actor, Michael B. Jordan, I think is his name. I might be wrong about that, but I will put his picture up here, and along with a picture of her up here. And yeah, so she was dating before him. She was dating rapper Future. She was dating a few other people, Trey Songz, a few other celebrities.
Celebrity men.
Yeah. And so men are saying that, you know, like she's being passed around and she's a hoe, and you know, this is just like if she was she's just acting like a little street girl. And I was so confused, like what is wrong with dating multiple people? Which is the question that came up, is what is wrong with dating multiple people? And she's, at the time, I guess she was like 22 at the time. She's 24 now. She's like young, you know, and she's just dating around. I didn't get why people were so up in arms and speaking about her like this. So I did watch like a few of the commentary videos. And then I got what our subscribers were talking about. Men are really going hard on this girl. I don't see the problem with multiple dating. As a matter of fact, I was just telling Kara earlier that I think that I wish I had dated like she did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like because she's dating several people at once. You know, and I was always someone who dated one person, and what would happen is that I would become like their girlfriend. Right. So I never had experience with dating. Like it was always these long relationships too soon. And I just kind of wish when I was in my 20s, her age, I was doing what she was doing. And everyone's assuming this girl's having sex with all these guys. And maybe she is, I don't know. Even if she is, like, who cares, right? But would you date? I don't know. Would you date multiple people? You did.
No, I have dated.
You've dated multiple people.
I mean, I think it's good to date.
I do too. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's not good to put your eggs all in one basket.
That's my point.
Because if you haven't had the conversation with a guy, then you're kind of focused on one guy until you really know, because he could be doing it. Yeah. See, because if what's her name? Lori Harvey. If Lori Harvey was a man, everybody wouldn't care. If she were a black guy, no one would care. You know what I mean? No one would care at all. So I haven't heard about this.
I haven't either.
So I don't know the severity of it.
We're going to have to start looking at some of these.
All right. If she were a man, no one would really care. But because she's a woman, I guess people do care. But I date multiple guys. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket until I've had a conversation with a certain guy in order to do so. I think that I think a lot of women get hurt quickly, because they assume they slept with a guy that's your boyfriend, or they assume that some guy took you out on more than 2 dates that's your boyfriend, and then when they see him like liking another girl, or you know, then they get upset. And I always say, you know, until you have had that conversation, he's free to date.
He's free to date. Yep, that's how I feel. I didn't really see. I was trying to pull her picture. She's pretty. She's very. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a picture of her so we can just look at her. I'll put pictures of up here, you guys.
She's Yeah, she's a cutie.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Oh yeah,
she's pretty.
This girl, and she's really pretty. Not that it's everything. I'm just saying that she's stunning. She dated Sean Combs too.
Just based on looks alone, she's cute. I don't know her personality.
Yeah, I don't know her. Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I mean, I don't have to know her personality.
Yeah.
If the woman wants to date men,
I don't understand what the big deal is. And here's the funny part: is that I was thinking this. Like, I just thought about this right now. Men, I would think that men would like this because a lot of times when men are that age or dating someone, they don't want women to get too clingy too fast, right? And I think this will be.
Well, I mean, I would think it'd be beneficial if it's because she's dating wealthy men. You know what I mean? Because that makes a difference, I guess, to men sometimes because it looks like maybe she's, you know, spreading herself around because these men all have money. You know what I mean? Maybe she was dating a bunch of broke guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. Maybe men would feel like, oh yeah, it's all right but maybe it's because she's is Marjorie her mom?
Marjorie's her mom.
Her natural mother or her stepmother?
No, that's her daughter, and then Steve is the stepfather.
And Marjorie dates up.
She dates up, yeah.
So her daughter is probably going to do the same thing, and there's a lot of controversy about her dating because she dated
a drug dealer
and stuff like that. But again, that's her personal business. Whatever, she's a grown woman. If she wants to get caught up in that, that's her business. I don't have a problem with that either.
Yeah.
You know what
I did ask a guy. I was going back and forth with a guy about this in one of the videos I saw, and I was like, but don't men usually don't like when women get clingy? Because the people are like taking it like personally. I'm like,
I mean, if she was cheating and dating if the conversation was she was dating, let's just say P. Diddy, she was dating P. Diddy, then all of a sudden they kept seeing her with different people because that was, you know, with Nicole Murphy.
Yeah.
She messes around with men who have wives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could see that.
But they're not. These men that she is linked to, all these men, they are all knowingly without anybody. So they're just everybody in this situation is very single. Yeah. Okay? And I just think that my feelings is that she's a catch in some, obviously. She seems to be, like, I don't know her, so I hate doing this with celebrities. I don't know the woman, but because we're doing this topic, I did look at some of the things that looked at her mannerisms and how she is, just kind of get an overall effect of who she is and how she presents herself, at least. You know, she just seems to be very soft-spoken. One thing that stood out is that she's very mysterious with this. Like, she's not talking about all her relationships, and so it's like this whole mystery with this woman. She's kind of soft-spoken and just kind of ladylike. So I don't know if men are getting. I don't know.
She's just dating these men, right?
She's just dating.
Okay, so when Cardi B and
Future, I think that she was actually engaged to.
When Cardi B and Meg the Stallion did that video, all the men were like, "That's grown woman stuff."
Yeah.
She's sexy enough. So
that's okay.
So that's okay, but then dating different men is not. I don't really get that.
I was really confused at this.
I don't really understand that. I mean, honestly, I don't have a problem with. I mean, Cardi B is a stripper at heart. She seems like a nice girl, but that's how she makes her money. She's just a stripper on a bigger platform, and that's fine with me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a job. You can do whatever you want to do. Yeah. You're a grown woman. If you're long as you're not 13. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Then you can do what you want to do. This is a grown woman. If she wants to date a lot of different men, you know, she's getting the pick of the litter here. And they're not like losers. Remember when they were making fun of, I can't remember the comedian that was making fun of all the women mad at Monica Lewinsky for going down on the president, and then they were just like, some of you guys are doing it for men at Safeway. Yeah, and you're sitting here judging this woman about doing something, and she did it to at least she did it with a president. You know what I mean? But you know, and so I think it was Dave Chappelle. Yeah, he said some of y'all are having sex with men at Safeway. And he's just like making kids with men who can't take care of you, and at least she's over here with the commander in chief. He said so. Judging her is just. I don't like judging people because I know that people have times in their life when they want to have fun. I feel like when black women do stuff like this, all of a sudden our morals get put in question. It seems like. But when white women do this, like Sex in the City, Sex in the City, and you know, Kim Kardashian, she slept around with everybody in Hollywood, every black man, and everybody just thought that she was. Sexy. No one like I didn't really hear a lot of men saying anything bad about her being with like at least 9 or 10 men before she met Kanye. Yeah, before she married him. It's kind of like when black women are doing this, like all of a sudden we're put at a different standard. All of a sudden, it's like,
white women can do this, and it's not a big deal. Black women do it. Oh, they're sluts, hoes, street walkers. They, being passed around. I'm just thinking, or can we just say that the is that she may just be dating? Because again, like
not on the date,
when I was in my 30s, like when I was in my early 30s, when I decided to start like actually like stop with just this one man dating and just like see a couple of guys or 3 guys, whatever. Everyone understands that they're free to date who they want to date. It's called dating for a reason. It's not relationships.
Right.
I just felt like it was easier for me because I didn't feel like I had to be attached to just one person. I can actually stop and assess these men. It doesn't mean you're sleeping with all these men.
Also, I think it's good for women to date a lot of men, to have good experiences with men, especially if you're a woman been hurt a lot by women. You should really, you should go out and have experiences with men, and it can change you. Yeah. It can, because I love men. I like the company of men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like to talk to them and be around them, and it doesn't necessarily mean I want to marry you, but I do like the company of men. And sometimes dating is fun, just to be in the company of a man and have different perspectives and have a different conversation, flirtation back and forth. It isn't, you don't have to sleep with them. Yeah. But it is sometimes good just to have a variety of
well, because that way you're not just so fixated on making.
Or you can lighten up a little.
Making this one like the one. Because this is what can happen is that a lot of people try to make that one the one, and I just don't. She's too young to be doing.
To me,
all
that. Look, I know a lot of people get married in their 20s and stuff. Yeah. I know that's that you're an adult. You can do what you want to do. You know what I mean? But I just think that people in their 20s shouldn't get married.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that you need to find out who you are. When you're in your 20s, you are in the exploration time of your life. So you're trying to explore what you want to do for a living. You want to explore the type of people you want to be around. You're trying to get to know who you are and where you fit in the world. And I think when you're in your 20s, that is the time to be experimental. And to really go out there and be crazy. You know what I mean? We moved to New York City. Yeah. That was the time to do that. You know what I mean? And because you're going to have your whole life to be older. Yeah. And to be settled. Yeah. And I think that when you're in your 20s, that's college years. And then you leave college, and then you're out there trying to find a job, and you're out trying to find your group in life, who you're going to be around, what kind of people you like, And that includes dating. Yeah. So dating is like the time to sort of get comfortable with men. And, if you're a woman, getting comfortable with men, getting comfortable with yourself.
And I think I was happy that when I started doing my like real like dating and separate people and trying to do it the right way, the way that was more comfortable. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I was kind of happy that it happened when I was in New York, because New York is a single town. Like majority of people there are single, and so when it's a great time to date. It's a great place to date, right? And in Indiana, it's a little bit different because a lot of people are. Well, now it's not. From now, I love it because men are more family oriented. So that's where I'm at in my life now. So I'm more. I'm at a different stage in my life.
So when I was to go anywhere that wasn't crazy. Right. But New York was great for me.
But it was fun dating. It was the dating thing was very fun.
But also partying and having fun.
It was fun.
New York is a very single life type of town. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of course, people have relationships, but most of, if you want to go nuts, it's like
we went there in our mid-20s and left in our mid-30s,
and it was time to go.
So it was time to go, and it was fine. And when I think about people doing multi-dating or multiple dating, I encourage it actually. So I was very confused on why men would have a problem with this, because like I was saying before, there are a lot of men who get really like weirded out when women get too clingy, and this is a great way not for that not to happen. So if you date a woman and she's only dating you and you're not ready to be in that stage yet, a lot of times, because women get caught up in their emotions sometimes, and when you're dating someone who is only focused on you and no one else, I don't know if that, most men will be okay with that because they will be secure. The only time I would think that a man would not like that is he's insecure and doesn't want to compete with another guy. I was dating 2 men this is a good example. I was dating 2 men at the same time, okay? Now, this was no secret. They were both aware that I was dating and they were dating other people too, but they were both trying, I guess, I don't say compete, but they were trying to win me over. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's a great space to be in. These men were mature enough to understand what dating actually means, and they weren't upset that I was seeing someone else. So the only thing I can think of is if men are getting weirded out about this because either they feel like they can't get a woman like Lori, you know what I mean? Maybe they can't get a woman like her. Some of these regular guys, not the famous guys. The famous guys have clout, money, pull, and power. So they're just like, they're all just like trying to get this girl, right? And then Michael B. Jordan got her. So he kind of like, he claimed her for the world. So that's just trying to show all the other guys, stand down.
I think it's great. I think it's great that, I would say that's the good thing about the young people of today is that I think that's real feminism. Yeah, to be honest with you. I do too. I think feminism to me is not trying to be like a man, but getting in touch with your feminine side and understanding your own power, your queenliness that you like women like to throw around. You know what I mean? I think that is to me you understand your power in that way. You don't have to have sex with a guy. Most guys will just, if they like you, they like you. Yeah. And what better way to get to understand that than to understand that you are a prize. Yeah. And to sort of meet different men and get comfortable with yourself so you can be around men and not feel, intimidated or something. By, I feel like that to me is real feminism. Feminism is
I'm sorry to cut you off, but how many men would you date at once? Like what is your cutoff? Because I have a cutoff.
Well, it depends on the nature of it. Like you date 3 guys, and someone's at the top of that list. But until you've had that conversation, it's important that you date other people so that you don't become impatient and scare that guy off. I would say like 2 or 3. 2 or 3.
Yeah. I think 3 would be my max. 2 preferably, but 3 would be my max.
I don't have a problem with that because I don't have sex with guys unless we're in a relationship. Right. I don't like. I don't really like having sex with people I don't know. Right. I get.
There's a stage in your life that you do. There's a stage in your life where that happens, but there's a next stage that we're in, and we're like, okay. I'm looking for some. Right. I'm dating with purpose. Yeah. So,
but there's not only do you put yourself at risk, spreading yourself thin like that, but you also exchange energy, and I really feel like that's a real thing, and I don't want a whole lot of different.
There's a lot of studies on that, by the way, the energy exchange when it comes to sex. So we don't know how,
which is probably why prostitutes feel worse than being on drugs.
It's too much energy.
They're just getting a disconnected sex all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that's not good.
So at some point you're gonna want connected sex. You know what I mean? And so we don't know if this woman is having sex with all these people, nor does it's not our business. First of all, and second of all, even if she is, why is that so massively offensive to men out there?
I don't know. It makes her a powerful woman. See, we talk about men all the time being powerful with their money and showing their confidence. But when a woman feels confident and she doesn't have to have sex with men or she dates out, this is real confidence in women, by the way. When women can give off a sort of strength within themselves just from being feminine and being sexy, and I'm not saying have sex. I'm saying being sexy and using confidence,
like using your appeal,
and not being thirsty for men all the time. It can intimidate men who are lower vibrating.
And she's quiet. She's not saying.
I don't even know this girl. I don't either. I'm like, good for her.
The fact that she's so quiet though about this is probably the reason why we haven't even heard about this, because she literally she's not saying anything, and people if she's ever going to talk about her, she needs to talk about her dating life. She doesn't need to talk about nothing. Right. She doesn't need to talk about any of this. Okay, she don't have to tell y'all nothing. So, but mostly is what was tripping me out is just the name calling with this girl. I mean, God, they really went in on her, and I'm like, but what did she? I'm confused. She hasn't even. What do you mean? I don't understand where you're getting that from. Yeah. And people are like, in the streets. I saw this one video. This guy was like, in the streets, she would just be a around the way girl. She does not. Her appearance and her behavior is not showing a street girl. So, I'm not sure what these men. If you guys must be messing around with street girls, and then you probably can't get a girl like this. I mean, there's something that's bothering men that are really offended by her. Because why?
We already watched. We did a video with Kevin Samuels about a girl who felt bad about herself and didn't feel good about herself. Yeah. And men went in on her. You know what I mean? And now we have a woman who does feel good about herself and still,
So problem,
right?
Yeah,
I think that certain men get offended depending on how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
Anytime you get triggered by somebody, it's usually something you're feeling lack within yourself. So if these men are mad at her for something they have never been on a date with her, met her, or even over her dating men when she's not married.
Right.
It's weird.
Again, I was telling a subscriber, I was like, I encourage it. Like, I didn't realize that was a problem, right? Because I have done dating multiple men at one time, and both men knew, and there was no problems. No one, there was no sex involved with anybody. It was just dates and seeing who's right for whoever.
Right, and I also don't have a problem with men dating. If they're dating me, until we have to have the conversation about us being exclusive, then he's able to date whoever he wants to date.
Right. Now, one of the guys that I dated, he did say he was like, okay, so I know you told me there's a point in the dating thing. We went out one day. He said, I really would like for you to focus on me. What do you think about that? Because he knew I was dating another person, and so I was like, oh, so. He kind of won that over, right? Yeah. He won because I felt like, oh, that's someone who's trying to claim, and that's what women want. He's professing something right now.
Well, that's the femininity in you. You know what I mean? Like every woman wants to be the one that a man sort of chooses.
And I chose. I said, okay, no problem. The other guy, I'm gonna let him know.
I do think men come to you quicker when you let go.
Yeah,
and I think that's in life. I think that if you want something really bad, the best thing for you to do is let it go and see if it comes back to you. So
I think you're more appealing. Yeah, I think you're more appealing
because a certain part of your you have it's a confidence.
Yeah. It's true.
It's just true.
Yeah, it is true.
There are men who aren't that attractive. But their confidence level is so high that women want them really bad, and a lot of it's because he doesn't show a need for you. So that goes for both men and women. So I think it also happens with men when women sort of back off and allow them to be free. They suddenly don't really want to be. When you start trying to hint, like when women, how women used to do hint marriage to a guy that you're dating all the time, and they just get turned off by it. And then as soon as if you're a woman that just really doesn't pressure
and just lets
then
all
of a sudden he just does it because he doesn't feel like you're trying to make him do something. He feels like you just are letting it happen.
He genuinely wants to do it. Right. To any women out there, like in my personal opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with what she's doing, and I really believe that you should not put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
It's particularly if you're somebody if you're really young like she is. Like I don't blame her.
Yeah, I mean,
again, I wish I had done that because had I done that, I would have been able to have a little bit more experience with the dating scene period. And no, literally everybody when I went on a date with somebody, we hadn't had many dates at all because everybody ended up being my boyfriend.
Right.
Everybody ended up being my boyfriend, and one ended up being my fiance. So it's like God, so when when we got to New York, it was different because the scene is such a dating mecca. Like, it's dating everywhere. And so it was just like, oh, maybe I can just try it this way. And when I did, I was like, man, I was dating different types of people too. That's another thing. Yeah. I started dating different. And I was like a one note before. I was like a one note with men. And then I'm like, no, I need to give other men variety. Like, I need to branch out and get outside my box with this type of men that I date, down to the way that they look.
I think that women really need to be more secure with themselves anyway.
I know.
So I always will really feel like, get to know men on a level that's normal. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, every guy doesn't have to be your husband or your boyfriend or even the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That might be the last date. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, you know she's lovely. She's very pretty.
She's a cute girl. She knows she's cute.
I did find her. People was watching the reel and they were like, we've never even heard this woman speak, and I've been hearing that too. No one's ever heard her speak, and I'm gonna tell you, when I was trying to figure out her whole aura of who she is for this video, it took me forever to try to find somewhere where she's actually just having a conversation. And I thought, well, okay, so she's just a quiet person. She keeps herself and she has mystery. She's just a little bit mysterious, and how much we need a lot of that. We don't have enough mystery right now in the world. So the fact that you have someone here that's apparently looks like she's doing that, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. But yeah, she's very lovely. She's a young lady. She's very lovely. And
dating without mating.
Yep, Kara. Dating without mating.
Dating without mating. Nothing wrong with that. You learn a lot about a man who can wait for a minute.
True.
You do. Some men are thirsty. They just get mad and frustrated. It's just like you learn a lot about a man when he has to go beyond his lower half of his body.
Yeah. The other celebrities don't really care. They're just like, oh, she's the prize. There's a celebrity, I think it's Meek Mill. I think he said, on an Instagram post, Lori Harvey's on my wish list. So she said nothing about that either. Like she doesn't say anything. I just love that. So what that's showing is that they're just trying to compete. You know, and the sex part, I
don't know if she's having sex or not.
I don't know, but she's a grown woman. Like what?
Yeah. What girl is not having sex these days?
Again, like Kara said, why is it always a sudden a problem when it's a black woman? If it's a white, this is a white lady. I'm telling you right now, this would not be a topic. If this was Kylie Jenner, this would not be a topic.
White men are different with white women.
Yeah.
They're
more forgiving with stuff.
Well, they assume they believe in having a single life.
Yeah,
and
wild.
They don't mind if women
like
are crazy,
wild
crazy single life.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't diminish how they feel about a woman also becoming a wife. Right. Sometimes black men, they can be old fashioned in that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I actually like old fashioned men.
Yeah.
But there, in the climate that we are in since the 70s, women have become a lot more sexually expressive, and so you have to keep up.
Yeah.
Women aren't the same as they used to be. Some of them do just want to have sex. You know what I mean, and that's just fine too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But we don't even know she's doing that, and that's none of our business if we are. But if she wants to see other people, as long as she's, like I said, as long as she's not 13 years old being passed around Hollywood, that would be passed around because she wouldn't want it wouldn't be herself doing that, but she wants to. So she wants to date different people. So I don't see the.
Well, then people got really upset because she, the second part with her dating multiple people was one thing. It's the Sean Combs thing that really bothered everybody too, because he's 50s. How old is he? In his 50s, and she was 22 at the time, I guess. And I'm like, that's a big age gap.
You know, this is not the first time. I like older men. Yeah. You know, whenever I date older men, I date a man in his 60s.
I mean, you know what I mean? I just would. Why are we acting like younger women don't want to date older? I don't understand.
When I was younger, I dated older men. You know what I mean?
Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey. Marjorie Harvey, I believe, is 15 years or 10 or 15 years younger than Steve. She's younger than him.
Right, but
so I'm like, why are we acting like it's a brand new concept that younger women would want to date an older man? Why? This is not a new concept. Why are we
older men are the thing about older men is that they are not thirsty at all.
At all,
and they are very gentlemanly.
It's very rare,
and they have that in them because they're older. You know what I mean? And that's a very comfortable person to be around. So I've been dating older men since I was younger. So I mean, I like older men, and I hope that my husband's actually older.
Yeah.
I mean, I vibe with older people more, I think, than even people my age.
We're old souls.
Yeah. I'm an old school person in general.
We're old souls anyways.
I'm very old school in the way I think.
I mean, there are some older like player guys, but that's
mostly.
I would say that's more rare.
Yeah.
In my experience, I know people are like, oh no, there's some. Older men
there are, but
we're trying to say the majority of men who are older, really there's a time where you're just like, you know, been there, done that. Now I'm looking for some substance.
But that's because when men get older, they don't have sex as often as they did when they were younger, so they're looking for more substance now. They don't, they'll, like Bernie Mac used to say, 3 minutes, that's all you get. You know what I mean? And they're proud of that. Our
sex drive goes, but women's sex drive goes up when they get older, right? And the men's sex drive goes down a little bit when they get older.
He was like, what do you remember he said? He said 3 minutes is all you get. He said, what's all this 2-3 hour stuff? Who are you? What are you trying to prove?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they don't mind. When they get older, they're not like trying to have sex with you for 5 hours. Right. You know what I mean? And it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fine. It still can be good sex. You don't have to be having sex for 3-4 hours and have good sex. You can have shorter times.
Right.
Have you had a quickie? Sometimes quickies are great. You know what I mean? So off topic, but I'm just saying, like, that's why she probably likes older men because you know, older men are comfortable and nice to be around. You know what I mean? They say the right things and they're gentle with you, but they're also still very masculine because they hold the door open.
And I'm sure she has also, you know, girls, women, young
Steve
women.
Harvey's he's older, so you know.
Maybe she has like, because a lot of times people look for father figures too, but not in a bad way all the time. She has a good example from Steve, so maybe she just kind of feels comfortable. She felt comfortable with it.
But I was going to say that was the reason why I like older men.
Yeah,
it's because you learn stuff.
You learn,
you know what I mean? Because what you've been through, they've already been through.
Right.
So they can give you good advice.
Sorry, you guys.
You know what I mean? She's a cute girl having a good time. I say have it. While you still got it.
If you guys are, if anybody was out there making a bad video about this girl, I am truly confused. Yeah. I am really confused. I'm like, what? What does it matter? This girl is young. None of these people are. She's not cheating with these men. They're not cheating with her. It's just people dating. Wait, when did we lose that? Like, we have to date, right? That's how you get to know people. So,
and even if though, let's just play devil's advocate. Even if she is sleeping around and things like that, everybody's allowed to make mistakes. Right. I don't understand why people feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's because she's a celebrity and we're harder on people that you can we
can't touch.
Well,
like she's far away.
Like
she's a distance,
celebrities can be punching bags to people because they put themselves out there, and so even with our show, like, people can call us names because we put ourselves out here, so we get the comments, and sometimes the comments aren't good. You know what I mean? So right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the people are just mean to be mean. You know what I mean? And so that's okay.
What do we do?
And so even if she was making mistakes as a young girl, and she was, and her father done made a book and everything, she made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes in their 20s. Everybody will. I don't care how mature you think you are in your 20s. You will do the stupidest shit that you will. Yeah. Because, you know what I mean? Like, I think I was pretty mature. But I did the dumbest stuff that you could
dumb.
And that's just part of being young. Right. And so even if she is spreading herself around a little bit and she's making mistakes that way, how many young girls today that aren't on television?
Yeah. Or think about you guys in your 20s. Think about you in your 20s.
How many times do we see 20-year-olds get drunk and drive, or go to a club and go home with some guy?
The only difference is now.
I know grown-up people who still do.
But the only difference is now is that it's on camera.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, everybody can pull out the camera now. When we were younger, like, we're in our 40s, so when we were younger, we didn't have all the cell phone stuff. We were going to secretly videotaping stuff. That wasn't a thing then. But so imagine if it was, though. Think about all the stuff you did in your 20s, and she's just dating. But think about all the stuff you did in your 20s. You're not. I mean, like, come on now, you guys.
Right.
You guys gotta. I don't know why these men are so upset. But if y'all just,
I've never even heard of this, so I don't even know that guys are, because I've never even heard of this. I never even heard of her. I don't watch regular television too much, so
this is why we all.
So these people, like, I don't know a lot of celebrities.
That's what's funny about Kara. I was telling you this in the beginning. It's what's funny about Kara and I is that we really don't get into celebrity stuff because we always just feel like, I mean, it's mildly entertaining, right? Like, to me, I feel like I'm not gonna lie, some of the celebrity stuff is like a little bit entertaining, like, oh, okay, that happened, but for the most part, like, we don't get into celebrity stuff like that.
It's like, even when Cardi B did that video, I knew Cardi B.
Yeah,
because but the video she did with the Meg girl,
oh,
I had no idea who that
the WAP video.
Yeah, the WAP video. I had no idea who Megan was.
That was
and everybody was talking about her like, you don't know who that is? I was like, I've never heard of this woman in my life.
Me and Kara were like, who is she? Meg the what? A horse? I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, no, she's a new rapper. I was like, okay. So I was looking at her. I was like, oh, she's just like another Cardi B. Like, think about it.
Most women have had their whole moment.
Yeah.
Just saying that most women have had a whole moment, and just because you're not on TV does not mean that we forgot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, ever seen someone like judge and you remember the girl when they were younger and like, you were a hoe.
Yeah.
And why are you?
Wait a minute.
You were a hoe. So why are you judging someone else? Because I remember you. Yeah. Remember we got drunk together. I remember that day. And people think because they got older and they got kids that they can forget their youth. Yeah. Like, no, that comes with you.
Still exists.
Remember your friends from that time. Remember that.
That still exists.
You don't but it is okay. You're different now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like people are not allowed
40-year-old Kara is not the same as 20-year-old Kara.
Yeah, no. 40
and 50-year-old Kara will not be the same as 40-year-old Kara. It's just...
You're young. She's young. Be young.
Be young. Be crazy.
She's gorgeous. She's young. She's talented.
And she got some money.
So she got some money.
I mean,
y'all tell me. Like, I don't see the problem here. I'm confused on the problem. So let us know and stop my confusion, because I don't see the problem. Men should not be mad at this. Women are praising her. They're like, oh, yes, girl. Yeah. So, I don't know. She's a lovely lady. Stop judging this poor girl. Nothing wrong with what she's doing. But let us know what you think. Do you guys date multiple people? And like, are you guys multiple daters? If you're a man, do you like women who date multiple women? Yeah, are you weird with that?
Women. if you're a man, do you like it? Are you okay with women dating more than you?
Yeah, is that weird to you?
I mean, if you guys haven't had the conversation. Yeah. But you went on a date with a woman and then she went out with other men. Is that okay with you?
And then fully disclosed it.
And but you haven't said you're going to be her boyfriend. You just went out on a date with her.
Right.
That should be okay, right?
You're good. Let us know what you think. I'm very curious. Comment below. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel to help us grow. And that's it. Everybody have a really good day.